Imagine walking into someone's house, and instead of being greeted by a purring cat or an excited dog, you find yourself staring into the eyes of an animal that could end your life in seconds. A creature so powerful, so unpredictable, that the very idea of it living inside a home feels like a scene from a horror movie. Yet, believe it or not, people around the world actually choose to keep some of the most dangerous animals on the planet as pets. Today, we're going to dive into 20 of them. By the end, you will realize just how far humans are willing to go for the thrill of owning the wild. And I promise, some of these stories will leave you wondering if curiosity can sometimes be more dangerous than the creatures themselves. Let's start with something that feels almost unreal. Tigers. You've probably seen videos online of people hugging them, playing with them, even walking them on leashes as if they were oversized cats. But here is the truth. No matter how much love or training you think you were feeding, being given a tiger, it never stops being a predator. With muscles built for ambushing prey and jaws that can crush bones in a single bite, a tiger isn't a pet. It's a ticking time bomb. And still, people keep them. Often until one wrong move reminds everyone that nature doesn't play by human rules. Moving on, imagine having a chimpanzee in your living room. At first, it sounds cute, right? A little primate dressed in clothes, maybe drinking from a bottle. But chimps grow fast, and by the time they're fully mature, they're stronger than the average adult human, with the kind of strength that can tear doors off hinges or crush bones with ease. They're unpredictable, territorial, and when they feel threatened, their attacks can be catastrophic. There are countless stories of chimpanzees raised as pets suddenly turning violent, and the results are almost always tragic. And it doesn't stop there. Some people go for reptiles, believing that a snake will be easier to handle than a wild cat or an ape. But when that snake is a Burmese python stretching over 5 meters long, it's another story. These snakes have been known to kill their owners, wrapping around them in seconds and suffocating them before they even realize what's happening. A python doesn't see its caretaker as a friend. It sees them as just another warm body. Yet, time and time again, you'll hear about people buying them as pets, fascinated by their size and beauty, while ignoring the fact that they are natural predators designed to kill. Another choice that shocks people is crocodiles. Yes, crocodiles. Some enthusiasts believe they can tame these ancient monsters, raising them from hatchlings in tanks and feeding them by hand. But crocodiles have survived for millions of years because they're perfect predators. With lightning-fast reflexes, armored bodies, and jaws that snap shut with thousands of pounds of force, they're not pets. They're prehistoric nightmares living in your backyard pool. The idea that someone would even try to domesticate one shows just how reckless humans can be in their pursuit of the extraordinary. And then there are exotic big cats beyond tigers, lions, leopards, even cougars. To the people who keep them, it's about status, about saying, "Look at me, I control the king of the jungle." But lions are not trophies to be kept on a chain. They are apex predators that live and breathe dominance. A single swipe of their paw can open skin like paper, and their roars are reminders that they belong to the wild, not a suburban backyard. Every year, stories emerge of lions turning on their owners, proving that nature can never truly be caged. Some take their fascination into the world of arachnids. Yes, I'm talking about tarantulas and scorpions. While some species are relatively harmless, others carry venom that can paralyze or kill. And unlike cats or dogs, you can't really read a scorpion's body language. There's no warning bark or hiss, just a sudden sting. For many, The thrill of keeping something so deadly outweighs the risk. But for outsiders, the thought of one escaping inside a house is enough to spark nightmares. One of the most dangerous pets you'll ever hear about is the wolf. People see them as majestic, intelligent, and even spiritual animals, and they are. But wolves are not domesticated dogs. They have instincts honed for survival in the wild, and those instincts don't vanish just because they're raised by humans. A wolf's idea of play can involve bites that draw blood, and when they reach full size, they can take down prey larger than themselves. Trying to make a wolf into a pet is like trying to tame a storm. It might seem calm for a while, but when it breaks, there's no stopping it. Next, let's talk about bears. Some people think that raising a bear cub is no different than raising a large dog. But by the time that cub grows into a half-ton adult, you're no longer dealing with a pet. You're living alongside a tank with fur. Bears can sprint faster than most humans, climb trees, and tear through obstacles without breaking stride. They are omnivores with massive appetites, and when food is involved, their patience disappears. The number of attacks by pet bears is proof that no matter how adorable they may look as cubs, they remain one of the most unpredictable animals you could ever bring into your home. And what about venomous snakes? Cobras, vipers, rattlesnakes? There are people who proudly keep them in glass enclosures. Some even handle them barehanded, as if showing off their courage. But one slip, one fang, and the venom enters the bloodstream, beginning a countdown that can end in minutes. Hospitals may not always have the right antivenom nearby, and for some species, there is no reliable cure. Keeping one of these snakes as a pet isn't just dangerous. It feeds playing Russian roulette with nature. The fascination continues with exotic marine animals. Believe it or not, some people have tried to keep sharks in private aquariums. Sharks, with their constant need to swim, razor-sharp teeth, and primal instincts, don't belong in living rooms. Even smaller species can deliver devastating bites. And yet, for some enthusiasts, the idea of saying, "I own a shark," is worth the risk. But no matter how impressive it looks behind glass, a shark in captivity will never stop being a predator built for the hunt. Some people even go as far as keeping venomous lizards. The Gila monster, for example, may look slow, but its venom can cause excruciating pain and medical complications. Then there's the Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world, capable of killing prey many times its size. In some rare cases, enthusiasts try to raise them, ignoring the fact that these animals carry bacteria in their saliva that can lead to fatal infections. It is less a pet and more a walking reminder that evolution perfected danger in scales and claws. Moving deeper into the world of unusual pets, there are people who keep kangaroos. At first glance, they seem harmless, almost cartoon-like. But adult kangaroos can deliver kicks strong enough to shatter bones, and their sharp claws can slice through skin. They are powerful, unpredictable, and when cornered, they fight with the same ferocity they use in the wild. Keeping one as a pet isn't just unusual, it's downright reckless. Then there are monkeys other than chimpanzees like capuchins and macaques. People are drawn to their intelligence, their playful nature, and their human-like behavior. But intelligence also means unpredictability. These animals can become aggressive as they age, lashing out when they don't get what they want. They bite, scratch, and spread diseases that humans aren't prepared for. What starts as cute often ends in chaos. Believe it or not, some people even keep elephants. It sounds absurd, but in certain countries, wealthy individuals have tried. An elephant may look slow and gentle, but when agitated, it becomes a force of destruction. Weighing several tons, they can crush vehicles, knock down walls, and kill with a single charge. Owning an elephant isn't like owning a pet. It's like inviting an earthquake into your yard. Some thrill seekers take it a step further by keeping exotic birds of prey, like eagles or hawks. They see them as majestic companions, symbols of power and freedom. But those talons are designed to pierce through flesh, and their beaks can shred prey into pieces. Birds of prey are not parrots. They don't just perch and sing. They hunt, and that instinct never goes away. One wrong movement during handling, and you're the prey. Others keep foxes, attracted by their beauty and intelligence. But foxes are sly, mischievous, and carry strong territorial instincts. They mark their space with a pungent odor, destroy property, and can turn aggressive when threatened. People may think they're just exotic versions of dogs, but foxes are wild through and through. And finally, some even attempt to raise hippos. Yes, hippos. Known for their big smiles in cartoons, they are in reality one of the deadliest animals in Africa. Hippos kill more humans every year than lions and crocodiles combined. Their jaws can crush a canoe, and their territorial nature makes them unpredictable and extremely dangerous. The thought of keeping one as a pet is not only reckless, it's beyond comprehension. So what's the conclusion here? It's that humans, driven by curiosity, pride, or the desire for status, often forget that wild animals are not meant to be tamed. They are powerful, unpredictable, and built by nature to survive in ways we can't control. Keeping them as pets may sound thrilling, but the risks outweigh the rewards. Every story of tragedy is a reminder that no matter how much we want to bring the wild into our homes, the wild always wins. Now let me ask you, after hearing about these 20 dangerous pets, which one shocked you the most? Would you ever dare to keep one, even if you could? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let others know what you think. And don't you to forget to subscribe for more stories that dive deep into the strange and fascinating choices humans make. Because if there's one lesson here, it's this. Sometimes the scariest things aren't lurking in the jungle. Sometimes they're sitting in someone's living room.